points. I can use that. That is the worst thing in survival mode, is you don't get as much as you do in normal, so you are constantly running behind. And I know it's kind of the challenge as well, so I'll take it as that, and I'm not moaning or anything, but it sometimes can take a very long time to get very little done, which is absolutely fine, because that's the challenge, and I should have fun doing it. I actually do. Thing is, if you don't have fun playing games, then the game is not worth it, and that's one thing I think is very important. I do read a lot on places like Reddit and well, Facebook and stuff like that, and I always read a lot what people think about gaming, and it's people who are playing games, I have to say. And the thing is, there was one guy who said pretty much the same as I say. It has to be fun to play a game, otherwise why would you waste 40, 50, 60 pounds on a game if it's not fun for you? And he compared it with, sometimes you go to the cinema and watch a movie, but nowadays you only go if you are quite sure it will be a good movie. If you are in doubt, well, you wait until it come on streaming. And it's correct. I do that myself. I'm thinking, oh no, that movie I will not go and watch in the cinema, because if it's not good, then I feel I have to sit 2 hours watching something I don't like. And there is actually a truth to it. It is like that, and it's the same with games. If you doubt that you would actually like to play the game, you're sitting waiting until it comes on Game Pass or on offer on Steam. So you can even get a demo version and try it out. And people get more and more cautious about what they actually spend their money on. I don't think they should. Don't go for the first and the best. Oh dear. I'm in trouble here. They are going to try to kill me. Don't do like the last ones. Damage my gun. Okay. symbols. So I'm going to jump into a black hole. Oh, ban, by the way, I have not banned you. Oh, 1.3 million light years traveled. That's a new record. This is a system that has been discovered by someone else. But there is, of course, well, I say of course because I don't know actually. Aggressive sentinels, I'm not doing that on survival. That is not really going to do me any good. Unfortunately, I find this is too early to go after dissonant systems and sentinel interceptors. I would like one, no doubt about that. That is a very cool ship. A little bit confused today, but it looks like I banned, but I didn't. It just disappeared. That happens as well. It's a problem having open windows. I get a lot of flying insects. Some of them thinks that the top of my head is a landing strip. Actually, is another S-class multi-tool. And yes, I'm still in Euclid, so if anyone is interested in that kind of things, you know what, first of all I will open this again. Compare, price is 5.7 million. It got not the greatest supercharged slots, the placement, but those two could together be very powerful. I shouldn't complain because mine is over here. Two of them, third is there. What's the fourth? What have I put in the fourth? I might not even have the fourth yet. Okay, then I will get it down here somewhere. Oh, okay. But yeah, 5.75 million 30 slots. That's not bad. S-class in Euclid. And as a service for my viewers, I'm gonna put the address on the screen. There. Lower left corner is the glyph address for this system. I'm on the space station, so it's very easy to find. S-class, multi-tool. Come and get it. It is the Euclid system. So, replace your old B-class multi-tool with a brand new S-class. So, you saw it first on my channel. Oh dear. No, I have not been drinking. Scan the chart. Give me some nanites. Very good. And I forgot something, but I can go back and do that. Sell. So it's very rare I actually buy on space stations. These 5 things, yeah, they're interesting and I could earn some money on them, but if I want to buy and sell these, I should go to a trade station, trading post on one of the planets. So that is exactly what I'm going to do in a moment. I'm just going to the other side first and see what missions there is. So, purchase upgrade, mining beam. That's not what I'm looking for. Oh, damn. I should have sold that now. No, I don't want that. It seems like my mouse has a mind of its own today. That is slightly concerning. That is slightly concerning. So I said this before, I talk to them to learn the words and I test my language skills. Coax wants technology terms, that is the best for them. And if you get it right, you get either standing nanites or something out of it. And in the early game, this can be worth gold. And there's actually not a co-work system this, so I should talk to the gigs. Okay, I'll try that. So 5 stone crystals is that's 500,000, so that's actually a lot of coinage, but the last pirates almost killed me, so I'm staying low with them for a bit. That was actually closer than it looked. And that is not entirely good. I should be able, but I almost ran out of sodium, so I couldn't keep my shield up, and I actually broke some of my modules, so that's... I know I'm not become scared, that's... I just know with myself, I need to take one step backwards. And make sure that I'm actually not... See, now I'm going to do another way than I do on my normal. I will sell when I have, but I only have one. Actually, I'm going to start putting them down here at the bottom. And I have them assembled in one place. That one I send over to my freighter. That one goes down there, these go down. This is all things which is just sitting there most of the time. Where on earth have I gotten those? And I need this brewing constantly, so I don't have to sit in the end and do a lot of refining. That is not very cool. So I had a mission: gather phosphorus. I have 151, so I need to go and farm some somewhere. And oh, that is useful. So I need to go out and look at the planets. I need a hot planet which has phosphorus. That is, it's not the most difficult thing to find, but such low when you need it, it's not just around waiting for you. So rocky planet can be warm. Cactus flesh is normally on warm planets, but that is not phosphorus. That one is cold. It's bluish. I was wrong. That one is nuclear. That one could be on, but there's no phosphorus, and that one is cold. Oh, it's dead, so no phosphorus in this system. Okay. What do we then do? What do we then do? Well, that actually doesn't change anything. That's what I'm looking for. Typical found on planets with a scorched environment, so hot. Which is fine. Well, that it's more than fine because it's not the worst to find. So I will have to go somewhere else.
Navigational data received.
Okay. So if I go there and see what's in that system, that might be helpful. Oh, there's the black hole, but that's not what I need first. This is funny. This is kind of funny. This is actually very funny. There's a story to this. Bam, who I talked to earlier, he was looking for basalt for a very long time. And now I'm looking for phosphorus, then I find basalt, of course. I'm tempted to say. So that is I very often say this game is Sod's Law's game, or some might know it as Murphy's Law, but it's always what you need is not there. But what you don't need, you'll find in abundance. So, yeah. But to be honest, I just trot around and see what I can get. A-class. And I need to, because I want my scanners as good as possible. So I'm starting seeing if there's any S-class scanner modules. There's not. So I need to make sure I don't have any slots hanging around either. Because that's I normally stack them up and because I don't want to do it one at a time, but in this game where I am so much in need of things, then I put it on. So there's no need to keep kind of jumping the gun. This is not very good, but it's not the worst that can happen. There's a hole up. It's a B one. So there's a traveler. I will talk to him because I still need a couple of clips. So he gives me 58 nanites, it will cost me 100 to find his grave. That's fine. I will pay that, I'll get them back, so... That is absolutely fine. What else is here? Give me things, that's fine. I'm quite happy with that. I've learned a little trick. When you talk to them, if you take the mystery symbol and the trait words, then you will for a long time only get trait up here. As I had to take other words and get them in other concepts, I get all four now. But for a long time I only got 1 and 2 words, and that was actually very helpful because it was just trait sitting there, because mystery symbols doesn't come in there because they are all the fill words there is in the language. Kill 4 sentinels. I will, but not in one go. I take it. I take it. I don't mind killing sentinels, but it has to be as I want them. And when I want them. That's more important actually. Do I have to turn my back to actually take it? Oh, weird. That was weird. So, I need to go out and find the grave. However, I'm just going to wait a second because I have to take a very short bathroom break, and it will only take a couple of minutes. So stay with me, I'll be quickly back. So, back again. So, we are going to... What were we going to? Well, find that, or I need some phosphorus, and I need to kill some sentinels, but the first step is finding that grave. Oh, it's a place with aggressive sentinels. That can be very funny. That was not really what I wanted, but I'm going to go in quick and leave again as fast as I can. Because aggressive sentinels is very difficult. I could maybe kill 4 under those circumstances. Problem is to get away again. That is where it gets tricky, and it's not the fact that they can kill me several times. And the problem is when there is many of them. So, oh shit. All those green plants in front of me is poisonous. Come on, get away. There are the sentinels. And I don't really want to fight with them, so not on a aggressive world. That is that's not very funny. So I'm going to take another approach to that part, but I still need phosphorus, and that doesn't seem to be in this system. However, there was one with basalt. That was the one I just went to. There. So I'm actually going there, if not anything else, to get some basalt, because at some point I will need a little bit, and if I have it, it's fine.
Warning. Threat detected.
I will have to fight.
Hostile ships approaching.
Not very smart attacking in haulers, sorry.
Hostile ships defeated.
And let that be almost a lesson for everyone watching. Don't attack in haulers. They are slow, they are big. They're very good at transporting a lot of things from point A to point B, not to fight in. Just saying. So this is hot. So I'm using up my phosphorus, but that is how it is. 19 sentinels. Oh dear. Getting so low. I need to get some better. So the sentinels here are observant. So that means they are not going to attack me on sight, at least. Just keeping an eye on me. Which is fine, because I'm actually not really... Why is this... Eh. Okay, I hope plantation jumped up in front of me. Interesting. So, if you wonder why I scan so much, it is money. Every little scan is giving me some money, not much, but some. I need to find out why it's not so much, but it's actually not the main purpose right now. Try to get some these until the sentinel comes running. It's there now. Yes, I'm tempted to kill him. Why is it doing that? That is the worst thing. Bad weather. So I kind of ended up in a situation that the bad weather actually ruined it a little bit for me. So thing is, I'm looking for phosphorus. There's none in this system. So what do I then do? Well, I'll go to the trading post I by mistake searched for. I'm actually curious. Oh yeah, it takes so much platinum, but that is fine. So I will have to go to another system. But I shouldn't really go to hot systems unless there is phosphorus on them. One thing I can do is I can see if any of those guys trade any, but as there is nothing in this system, so I kind of doubt it. Storm as well. Oh dear. It is eating my health. It is eating my health. So, just checking if there's anything, any boxes or anything. This is the planet with aggressive sentinels, so yeah. There is a reason they're aggressive. There's gravitino bolts everywhere, so yeah. So, do you have anything interesting to sell? Probably not, but I have to check. Actually. That was kind of useful. Getting that little bit extra of tritium sometimes can be quite useful, so that guy there, he must have a little bit more trade stuff because he's flying a hauler. So again, tritium, but that's not really why I'm here. I think it's a good time actually to leave this trade station and go somewhere else. It is we need to find phosphorus. That's the first thing. I was thinking I don't want to go through the black hole because then if I have to go back and deliver it, I would be way too far away, but that's actually not true because I can always use a teleporter. So it's that way somewhere. So let's just jump for the black hole and just go where we go.
Hostile ships approaching.
Oh, I can choose to buy or 1.3 again. I can choose not to buy it. I actually choose not to buy it. Because then I'm not putting myself in any hazard. This is a sea freighter, so I'm actually just going to take my reward. If you didn't do the battle, no, it doesn't matter. They think I helped them, so I'm not going to talk them out of that. I just need to check whether I have any. Go to my freighter. Unwrap. Oh, I forgot to put that on. Stuff. Shield module. I can't use that. Okay, back to my ship. And then let's go to the space station here and see what that holds of interesting things. Oh, what's that? Flourishing. So it's almost a paradise planet. And I would bet you it's almost a paradise planet with sentinels. So I actually need industrial still, so I'll take that. So I have 10, 24, I have 6 spaces more. So I need 1, damn, at least. Another industrial. That is absolutely fine. Then I have 5 of them and can send out a full industrial. And I actually like, where are they? I can see there is more. Don't really show up on your screen, so I actually have to find them more or less actively. Which is a little bit annoying at combat. I have plenty of them, so no. Space station. Oh, there is another one. Trade. I have plenty of trade, so he's very expensive, even though he has a 1 and a 2 and a missing, so no. It's a cold planet, yeah. Cool one. So space station it is. Can always look more afterwards or later. It is another possibility, so Sometimes it's just about getting the right things at the right time, and sometimes that happens immediately, other times you have to look for it. At least I got some basalt. Oh, I'm sitting with a stupid one, huh? See? Basalt. So, what we got here? A B shuttle, a C explorer, an A hauler. I'm actually tempted to see what they're trading with here. Not. It's 2 pages from now. I'm not interested in his ship, so. So he has ammonia, which is one of those. What's that? Not a hauler, B1. He got dark side, so yeah. That's yeah, that's interesting, but not interesting enough, I would say. Did I have any storage? No. No. But I do have something to use my carbon on. It is, of course, something I have to do. Glass, that is not useful, but I need to look for things. Ugh. It is so typical. You're looking for things and you don't find them. That's not really useful, but there's a lot of things in this system, but nothing I will buy here. That one I can sell, that one I can sell. Is there anything else? Nope. think I probably miscalculated that mission, but to be honest, at some point I will do it, and that's absolutely fine. Let's talk to some of the gigs so we can learn their language. Good. Hello there. How are you? Yeah. Use a proper language. I don't like It's don't have a nose, it's a beak. And it's a little bit difficult to do that though. But it's funny, there's many who doesn't like the gigs, and I kind of understand why. Especially when you know the story about through the game. Yeah, I know. But do you know why? Yeah. But they were quite nasty with everyone else in the old days. Yeah. That is true. And they spawn them in pools, which weirdly enough the coax do the same. Damn. Oh, they were nasty. They were very nasty. Cool. It's a little bit of a shame we don't get a picture into the past with that. It would have been interesting. I would actually have liked to see that. Yeah, well, they are like all artificial intelligence, aren't they? Well, what? Don't do that. But most of the technology we have gotten in game comes from them. Which have been stolen by the Viking and the Gex and that's the whole issue. Everyone has just taken from them and then try to kill them. They are just peaceful. Oh yeah. That I will not disagree on. They are somewhat nasty types.
Product received. No free slots in ship inventory.
Bugger.
Weather warning.
Okay, take care. I will try my hardest.
Product received. Product received.
Man. At least I got that mission out of the way, so that was haunting me a little bit. It's rather cold here. This is turning into a Disney movie. So at least that is done. That's one to write off. This is it's always good when you get rid of those missions which have been lingering, and as I said, I think I actually kind of miscalculated that one, but at least we got it done. That's actually good to get that away. I'm glad with that. So we just continue putting them on. Jesus, the ships comes in and go very, very quick here. Well, so I should really go on some sensors, but I do want to do it on my terms, not theirs. What is that one? More combat. Not what I need. Probably already talked to all these, but I'm not always sure what I have or not, so better not a trade that is not needed, especially not when it's so bad. Where was there was one more there. So let's look at him as well and then jump to the next system. Because we're kind of almost done here. Exploration. Actually take that. Nothing. It is, what's a 3-star system? Okay. Actually, I had something I have to do, and I've been that has been pending for me for quite a while. So let's do a little bit of a detour. some emerald. Where better to get it than a planet, a system with a green sun. That is horrible planets, but that they will do. I'm going to the space station first, because there might actually be some useful missions or other things. So terrible sorry I didn't answer that guy's question how long I've been playing No Man's Sky. Altogether around 5 years. But I would say I've not played constantly, so you might say 5 years is, it might be a little bit over accelerating, but I did start playing around 6 years ago, but I had taken some breaks in between. For some reason I put these on the wrong place, but that's not the first time I've done that either. But the thing is, I have spent a lot of hours in No Man's Sky, and my saves are quite high. But as we often been talking about, it's a little bit. I always played it a little bit cautious, because I didn't actually think I was overly good at playing it. Well, no, that's wrong to say that. I didn't compare myself with those who have been playing for forever, kind of thing from the start, and I have learned a lot from experienced players, which has given me tips and hints, and I do like kind of giving some of that back myself to new players, so it's kind of a good balance that experienced players help new players and kind of give them a better experience, because one of the things which can be harsh in No Man's Sky is actually the whole start part, when you start up the game and learn to actually survive on your own. That can take some time, and it can be quite tricky, I would say. It's not impossible. I survive, even on survival save, but sometimes you get stuck. Sometimes you don't know what can I do in those situations, and that is actually good sometimes to have some experienced players to give you some tricks and hints. Okay, if you don't want to be picked up, then stay where you are. I'm not bothered. Better put that over as well. So I hope they were not the ones selling good. So yeah, it's all about kind of getting things right. As long as you get things right, you'll be fine. And that sounds like really the obvious thing to say, and it is. But the thing, the difficulty is sometimes to kind of find the balance between right and right. So you give me 94 and I will have to pay him 100. I'm going to lose on that. But when I find his grave, he will give me some more, so not a bad thing. This is a coax system, so let's do them. It's technology. Let's get some technology. So it is true that the coax, they do think they are way better than anyone in the system, and in the world, and in the galaxy, in the universe. And I do think that's a commonality with old sci-fi, that artificial life forms, I mean, think of Data in Star Trek. And that comes true in other series as well. A lot of people think that R2D2 GP3 whatever his number is superior to any human beings, and well, artificial life form always will have advantage in calculations and in storing stuff in memory, but on the other hand they will always lack other things, so yeah. So where is that? It's that way, there. Ammonia, so it's a poisonous planet, I would bet. So the reason I'm taking the Traveler's Graves is I've decided not to do the Atlas mission, because I find it incredibly boring. So I'm doing the hard old-fashioned way that fits with my old age, that I do things like that. So, what is the Sentinel status on this planet? Minimal, that is actually good. Flying animals. So let's start with the grave, because otherwise I suddenly run off and forget all about the grave, and then I say, hey, wait a minute. So no one dies. So you go from everyone dies to no one dies. That's slightly interesting. So this is something I actually can't use, because I don't use that, but I'm going to do that so I get some extra stuff there. Okay, let's explore this planet a little bit. There is kind of interesting things here, so there's one which doesn't have too much sentinels, I hope. I might be in for a surprise. Emerald, good. So yeah, I still scan because I'm a greedy old bastard who wants money. If anything. The worst part is I'm actually sitting considering to make a base here because... Oh, no I'm not. No, wait. Get the emerald first. I still find them. That is kind of interesting. I think there's something with me which attracts them. I don't know why. But it seems no matter where I go, they pop up. Where is my emerald? It's over there. But I'm actually still considering making a base here. Another sentinel. I have a feeling no matter where I go, there will be sentinels. Worst part is I don't... Oh, no. Yeah. That just took it off. So, this is not a planet for a base when it's got things like that. So, I do what I do best, I protect myself. I'll actually just take a look. Oh, I don't have that at hand, so... But I can get it. Wait. So... There was something I wanted to build which took... Kind of don't really need that at the moment, but actually it's not a bad thing to have, so Need some more slots up here now. Oh well. This is this is absolutely fine.
Weather update. Storm clearing.
This is absolutely fine. Oh, it's buildings. Well, let's take a look at them. Maybe we can get something. Almost get some nanites at least. It is
Units received. Units received.
well. Guess that's not the worst. It could be much worse, so I need to keep an eye on my health because it's actually dipping, so I shouldn't really run around too much in bad weather. It is not healthy for you, just saying. That is a factual thing about the game. It grinds you down no matter what you do. So well, not that it entirely kills you, but it actually brings you to situations where you kind of have to deal with it.
Technology recharge.
And the good thing is you can. You indeed can. So, trying to actually see if what is there around here. There's nothing. There's him. More emerald, cobalt. Hexaberry. Something I haven't scanned. It's just carbon. That's not the best. So where is he? There. So let's see if he is quick enough to call it out. Oh, he was. So, I don't want to fight anymore.
Warning. Sentinel combat unit deployed.
My coffee is cold. The thing is, as I said, I don't mind fighting them, but I want it to be on my terms when I feel it's the right time. But the worst thing you can do is jump down in the midst of a war and with them. And you kind of end up fighting on their terms instead of yours. So now I got that mission without actually causing me too much grief in any way. The only grief was I hit something. Well, I can shoot these and there's gold in them. However,
Technology recharge.
that will attract pirates.
Hostile ships approaching.
Where's the other one? Damn, he's quick. Can I get that shit? normally 2 of those.
Hostile ships approaching.
I had a feeling there might come more, yeah.
Technology recharge.
Not recharge. Alright.
Hostile ships defeated.
Okay. Done. So I'm not recharging my shield because it doesn't happen automatically when I get in here. It's not always you want to use your resources. It's not always it's necessary, so this is actually quite okay. Oh dear, I still have that. I forgot all about that. Ah, damn. That's absolutely fine. It's guys. No, I want up here. Because I need more technology slots. Not wow, everything, but one thing at a time. So I need to feed animals. I'm not higher. I actually think I will go back where I was. There was animals there. There was actually quite a good amount. It's not that one. Where is it? So I think that's a better option than many others I could have. to find a reasonable place to put down the ship. This looks fine, I think. So, animals. They are all flying, but that is not the easiest thing to do. A little bit of a miscalculation, but there was land animals, but not as many as those flying. So that might actually not be the best planet for that kind of things. I will say the worst problem, well, it's not really a problem because it's just going to it's just going to be either I don't find any and then I will just need to deal with that and go somewhere else. So it's not really problematic. The problem was in this system there was nothing obvious in saying this planet is filled with good life forms for feeding, and that is as it is. Oh, yeah, I know I'm not doing anything. It wasn't me. I'm running. I'm scared now. So, yeah. I think I will cut my loss and go somewhere else. Are you following me? Jesus. we need another planet. Somewhere where there would be a lot of animals. That one I don't think that would be. What is that? Reeking, that means very hard. Let's take a look. Either this work or it doesn't, and it is kind of the usual things with missions. They are not always where you would really like them to be. At least there's criminals and there's sentinels. So, yeah. Well, there's land-based animals, that's wherever it went. There. They seem peaceful. Well, thing is, they have eggs. Wow. Jesus, they are quick. Oh, let's open that. That got milk, so if I want to start cooking, and yeah, I am aware that I have not done any cooking today, and as long as I play the survival, it has to wait until I actually get to a point where I have enough. that? Yes, it is. Ooh, good planet. And I'm running out of creature pellets. I never thought I would say that. How many have I fed? 8 out of 11, that's good. Going on there. There's another one there, yeah. Come on, don't run. Just giving you food. Yeah. There we go. So, well, the curious
Navigational data received.
deposit. Where did that go? Kind of caught in something else there.
Units received. Units received. Units received.
So, where were they? There. So I will bet you as soon as I start shooting, the sentinels will come. They are enforcing, so I have to take it quite slow. Thing is, getting a lot of nanites is actually really a cool thing. So take these as well. No, it's not something I really will be lacking, but is still a good notebook. I fell down a hole. So even though it says that the sentinels are enforcing and all that, yeah, they come at some point investigating, but it is not always as bad as it looks, so so that was actually quite a good thing in the end. I must admit, those type of missions with feeding animals is normally a drag, but if you can get to the proper place and get the proper frequency of them, then it's actually quite fine. And that's where it's actually really good. So, we have another one to hand in. That is absolutely good. So, I've been wondering whether I would play normal or continue the survival game. And I actually decided I will, for now, continue the survival game for quite a while. The reason is I actually enjoy playing it, and to be honest, I do want to have that achievement as well, where I end up getting for jumping the core on the survival game. So I will continue as long as I can, because that's I feel that's going to be really interesting to see if I can get that far. Well, I have to rephrase that, because of course I can get that far. It's just a question how long it will take. I'm not going to use portals to jump to the core and that kind of things, because I don't think that is actually needed. I will travel by pretty normal means, jumping, using black holes, and that's it. So I will now go back to the freighter and clean up and all that. I have quite a bit of things to refine, so that is going to take a little bit of time, but as I said, I will set it up that I'm playing survival game tomorrow as well, and Tuesday, and so on, because that is what we do now. We are trying to do as good as we can. So I have 2 salvage frigate module, I have 1 cargo bulkhead. We will deal with that in a mo. We will first go to the refiner, because we have some nanites to get refined out. They will take some time to get through, but it is really worth it. So I think that I will call it for today, because this will take some time, and I don't want to sit and waste your time doing this. So I will do this off stream, and then I will be back tomorrow at 8 o'clock UK time, and continue from here and see where we get to. I need to collect more dihydrogen and tritium so I can make more fuel for my frigate missions I'm getting now, so I can actually send out nearly all of them. So that is at least the first step, and then see what else we can do on the trot with that. Also continue build up storage slots and the freighter. So there's a lot going on, and it's not like I'm rushing, and I'm still looking at different planets as well, and kind of farming a certain things. One thing I will be tempted to try to get tomorrow is this one, so I can block scanning. I need counterfeit circuits. I can get them at Outlaw Station, so I will see if I can visit some of them. That would at least be beneficial in that direction as well. Oh, what's that? Shield module to the exosuit. 34. So that's the same as the SS. That one is actually less, so actually added a little bit of shield strength. That is absolutely fine. So yeah, I will be back tomorrow at 8 o'clock UK time, and feel free to come and participate in the adventure. And that's it for me. I will bid you a good night, good evening, good day, whatever time zone you're in. Thank you for watching, thank you for following. I will see you tomorrow again. Good night and take care.